So for the time being, we are letting this period where the government, we allow the government and the parliament to discuss this issue. I believe you can see in the sitting of the parliament about 2-3 days ago, you could see the former minister, Datuk Seri Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad, discussing this issue with Datuk Seri Arham Baba in regards to the contract doctors. And Dr. Arham did mention that he promised that there will be no action taken to all the doctors who are involved in the Hartal itself. So we think that we will allow the government to table their motion as soon as possible before the Belanjawan 2022 convene. So we do allow them to discuss and come out with a plan. Although Dr. Adham Baba said he requires 2 years, but I think 2 years is quite long given the political instability in our country. As per yesterday, we know that there are a lot of issues and story being covered because of the parliamentary sitting, kata tangguh 230, tangguh 330 and so forth. So I think because of this political instability, we do allow, we want to watch what's happening and what the episodes unfolding in regards to the government. So we give them a period of time for them to respond. And if they do not respond before the Belanjawan, so most probably we will proceed with Hartal 2.0. All right, but if you ask me how Hartal 2.0 will be conducted, we do have to reconsider the current event as such as the COVID situation, the government situation, and so forth. All right. So in terms of the long-term and short-term plan for our Hartal group, we do have plans to become a union. We are currently engaging with the Malaysian Trade Union Congress and also in talks with Cuepacs in terms of how we as a professionals can establish a union to bring our voices forward. Although there is MMA, but we do think MMA's power are a bit restricted because they are more towards an NGO. Rather, we have a union like the British Medical Association in the United Kingdom. So I believe until we have a union, we can really bring our voices better and prosper more towards a better healthcare system. All right.
Imran from Free Malaysia Today.
Yep.
You said that you're giving the government time to respond, and if they don't respond before the budget 2022, you'll have, well, if not another strike, some other form of industrial action. What do you expect them to answer to? Is it specifically the tabling of a motion in Parliament, or are there other demands? Are the demands the same? Just looking to see what those questions that remain are.
All right, we do hope in terms of the solution, we want to see the government coming up with a solution, the short-term solution and the long-term solution. I know there have been talks, there have been discussions saying that it's a bit difficult for them to absorb us into permanent posts for all the doctors. But I believe for the short gap measure, because we do understand that the December 2016 batch, they are going to have, their contract will be expiring soon despite giving them an extension for more than 1 year. But I mean, what's next after 2022, right? So we're not sure what is their future. So I believe the government should come up with a solution soon, because or else we will be losing doctors from time to time. So we do hope before the Belanjawan, before the budget, the government can come up with a solution and also tell us what does it take? What does it take for the government to absorb all of us into permanent posts? Because, you know, as you all know, the criteria for all doctors in Malaysia to further into the master program, they must be permanent. All right, so that is the minimal requirement. They have to be permanent in the first place before they can apply. So given this contract scheme, and there is no perkeliling or any formal document, any general order stating that, okay, this is the guideline, this is the plan for contract doctors to go into permanent. There are talks and there are media statement from the minister, from the prime minister, but we want to see it in writing, black and white, chop sign by whoever is the authority party for this issue.